Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's Napoleon once again. We are back at it again. Last episode you saw we were digging into this Audi pretty good. We left off with getting the trans out, and we're gonna finish it up today. That at least that's the plan. So it's a little bit cool outside. Well, it's 49 outside. It's 49 outside. But it's, I don't know, when I'm in the garage, it actually holds the cold, which is kind of a good thing. I think it holds the cold, but also holds the heat as well. So I don't know, it was freezing in here earlier, so I came out and I put the stove on, so it's a little warm in here. So it's like 54 degrees in here right now, which is good, but you know, I need to stay warm. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I need to stay warm. So, like I said before, we're back at it. We got the you know, the trans out of the Audi right now. Like I said before, yesterday I had a little problem getting the you know, the shaft out. Shaft. So I'm just gonna leave that the way it is. When I need to put the trans back in, you know, like I'll worry about that whenever that's time to go in. But my main concern today is to get the clutch and the flywheel out and you know, switch everything over. I'm gonna give a good look at what the clutch looks like, because when we dropped it out on the street, we couldn't even get it into the garage without actually giving it a nice push, you know. So I'm gonna give a quick look. So just follow me in this journey, all right? All right, everybody, so I'm at the point right now. Did I turn this off, or oh, it's just dead. My flashlight's dead. All right, so moving on. Took the clutch apart and it looks like a potato chip. Yeah, it's really bad. It's getting into the rivets here, as you can tell. Some of the pieces are just like flaking off. Like it's just real bad. Thankfully this client, he actually got to me when he did, just because I still had to go get him. But this is real bad. At least one of the sides looked like it's got some type of meat, but doesn't look like it was enough grabbing power to actually hold the car and kind of move. So I mean, I've seen worse than this for sure, but thankfully, like, this guy came in and now he's getting it done. There's a lot of scoring on the pressure plate, and it just looks really bad. So thankfully he got it to me when he did. So it's time to get the new clutch and flywheel put all together. But as you saw, a couple knocks to the one, what is that, driver's side? The driver's side, you know, I don't know, shaft or whatever. It goes in between here and it goes through the flywheel. So that's why there's a little relief here, so that the shaft goes through it. So shaft. So yeah, that's how it goes there. So we're gonna replace all of this stuff. He got all brand new stuff, except for a new fork, which, you know, obviously you don't really need. So new pressure plate, new bolts. Like I said before, they're all new bolts in here, all new pressure plate. Looks like a guide. What else we got here? Just the normal stuff, like everyday stuff, you know. So we're gonna get this stuff rocking and rolling, and we're just gonna, like I said, you know, put you guys on time lapse, and we'll get this thing going. So most of the stuff I am gonna record is just gonna be me getting this stuff in, you know, torquing everything down and doing all that jazz. So what I'll do is I'll see what I can do as far as getting the torque specs and putting them on, you know, in the video if I can, and we'll just go from there. But like me putting it back into the car, I'll probably do that off camera because it's pretty much the opposite of what I just did, so it's really not that big of a deal. But there is a couple more things I do have to do. The downpipe in this car has a, oh, you can't really even see it. There are some O2, there's an O2 sensor here that's just hanging down. I got to put that back in because the client didn't really have it in, so it was super duper loud. So I'm gonna get that done, and I'm gonna just kind of clean everything up, you know, like, and just kind of go from there. Put a new bolt in back here because one of these bolts is not even there, one of them is not even tight. So I'm gonna get all this stuff kind of cleaned up, and we'll kind of go from there. So just watch me work, and like I said, when I get to the point where it's going back in, I'm gonna just cut it and just chill out and relax, and I'll get back to you guys once it's all done. So but right now we'll keep it going and keep rocking on this video. Yeah. All right, people, after you get the clutch bolts torqued down to spec, next thing you want to turn to is, I don't know if you'll be able to see this because my flashlight is dead. This is the flywheel. Now you need to take out all these bolts and pretty much throw them in the garbage. There is a bearing in there that you have to replace every time you do a clutch in this Audi, these Audis. So let's get to that right now. I'm gonna get my light and try to see if I can't get you a better picture, but just stay tuned, and we'll get this bad boy rocking. All right. All right, people, so this is your flywheel. Obviously, you can tell that. So what you got here is the input shaft rides in this, you know, center hole here, and there's a roller bearing on the inside. Whenever you get this off the motor, you know, it's like 2, 4, 6, there's 8 bolts here. Like I said before, you just throw those in the garbage, you get new ones, and the easiest way to do is, you know, stick something in there and pop it out from the back, and whenever you put it back in, you just take the old one, flip it upside down, and you know, make sure you bottom it out, because there is a little groove in here, and you know, just hammer it in until it bottoms out. So we have all new bolts to go all the way around, and new flywheel bolts to keep everything nice and happy. So we're gonna go and we're gonna start putting this bad boy back together. We're gonna grease all of this stuff up, which I did with the same thing I did with the shaft. And we're gonna start to work our way backwards. So let's get to that now. All right, people, so you see now what it is. The clutch is in, you know, the flywheel is back on, the pressure plate is on, torque down, the driver's side shaft is back in, everything is back together with the trans. So all we have to do now is throw it into the car. The flywheel on the motor is torqued down, so everything is good in that regard. So now it's time just to put it all back together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna film, and I'll throw in everything that I took pictures of from before with torque specs, and we'll just get this thing rocking. So just watch me work here as I put this bad boy in. All right, everybody, so I guess that's a wrap with this. I just took it for a test drive. It felt pretty good. A little vibration coming from the rear end, but I think that's to do with the drive shaft. So I'm gonna give that a quick look, make sure everything is good. But other than that, feels like a solid car. So I don't know, maybe off to the next one, I guess. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll definitely see you on the next one, all right? Deuces.